XIVIX is an organization founded by Mr. Anjana Suruvira, who is a young entrepreneur from Sri Lanka. Under his directions, we have created this YouTube channel to help individuals to build and sharpen their engineering skills. Good day everyone, I'm Yoshna Divyanjana from XIVIX University. Our organization has designed a tutorial series for FreeCAD, which is a computer-aided design software, and it is free, which means you do not have to pay any amount of money to install this on your device. As you can see right here, the coursework starting from the introduction to FreeCAD and the installation process, and understanding the workbenches and basic sketching, and the basic 3D modeling and part designing, and advanced sketching techniques, modifications, transformations, and reference features, sweeps, lofts, and the other advanced tools. Also an assembly project, and even after assemblies, we are going to do an end-to-end project to help you understand and remember everything you have learned throughout this series. Alright, let's move to the first section, which is Introduction to FreeCAD and the installation process. So FreeCAD, what exactly is FreeCAD? FreeCAD, as the name implies, a free, open source 3D CAD software. So CAD stands for Computer Aided Design. And this software is mostly used by the engineers and product designers because their job is so much involved in this line of work. And FreeCAD is essentially a parametric software, which means it gives you the ability and the freedom to change dimensions and features later on once you develop a specific version of a model, and it automatically updates, so it reduces the amount of work you have to put into once you properly make the adjustments in the first place. So FreeCAD is commonly used for the designs of mechanical components such as the gearbox and gear levers and jet engines or engine parts. You can name so many things, and also the enclosures, the ones that hold or provide space for those complex machineries, and the tools such as gears and screws, and also the 3D printable models. FreeCAD holds a considerable popularity because of its affordability and its support for fast prototyping. As the figure 2 illustrates, it is a complex mobile robotic model. Mastering a CAD software allows you to create such complex models because you have the core concepts and the fundamentals to create this complexity to bring those models into real life. In the figure 3, you can see there's a sketch along with a 3D object, and these 3 sketches meant for each coordinate system. As you have probably heard before, the X, Y, and Z. So in other words, a 3D model is simply the transformation of 2D sketches drawn in each perspective. It is important to understand the X, Y, and Z coordinate system because pretty much most of the time you're gonna have to work with this coordinate system in each plane, X, Y, and Z. Coordinate system is basically the 3D reference framework used to define the position of every point line, surface, and object in a model. So the x-axis is left to right, and the y-axis like the forward and the backward. So everything moves back and forth between this line, and the x-axis up and down. That is the main axis that creates the tridimensionality. As the figure 4 illustrates, you can see there is an intersection where the x, y, and z axes are crossed each other, and that is the origin of this page. So that is the first reference point of the 3D space. And in the figure 5, you can see there is a real 3D model which appears to be a couch, and it perfectly illustrates the triaxial coordinations along with their axes. Axis X with red, and the axis Z with blue, and the axis Y with green. To download the FreeCAD, you should simply search FreeCAD in the Google search engine, and you click the first link, and it brings you to the official website of FreeCAD. You can see some complex 3D models and the animations. You just go back to the landing page, and there's a download option on the top, and it redirects you to the page where the download links are. As you can see, the current stable version is the FreeCAD 1.0. This is the most popular version right now. So depending on your OS, your operating system, whether it could be Windows, Mac, or Linux, you have to choose the right installer for your OS. Since my PC is running on Windows, I click the Windows installer, and it brings you to another page, and immediately your download will be started. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to download this installer because I have already downloaded this. You could continue downloading it. So once you downloaded the installer, this is pretty much what it looks like, and you have to run the installer, you have to execute it, and that will bring you to a wizard window. Keep all the settings as it is, keep them by default, and you should click next. Do not try to change the locations or anything, just let the wizard do its work. As the pop-up window says, I have already installed this software on my computer, so I'm not gonna reinstall it. So you can go ahead and install the software on your computer by keeping everything else default. So once you have successfully installed it on your device, it will create a desktop shortcut just like this on my desktop right here. Once you open the FreeCAD, you can see there's a parametric part, assembly, and 2D draft. Those are the main workbenches in the FreeCAD. We create an empty file first. This is the viewport where you're going to design your models. On the left you can see a model and the task view tab. The task tab shows the operations that are currently being performed by you, and the model tab shows the tree of your project, like how many objects are involved in this project and what kind of operations you performed so far. Just like that, you create a body to the model and it appears on the tree view. And there is a cube plugin thing on the top right corner. So basically you can use that to shift between the perspectives, like the front, right, top, bottom, rear. And now we're gonna create a sketch, because we're gonna need a sketch to draw a 2D design of a model. You click this here and you can see there's an attachment view, and these are the three main planes to choose from: XY plane, XZ plane, and YZ plane. So basically you can choose any of the planes to work on your sketch. And as you can see, once you click on the plane, the corresponding plane is highlighted in the viewport. So I'm gonna choose the XY plane to make a demonstration. So it brings you to the XY plane view, and you can see the X and Y axis. You can use that cube to shift through the view angles. And these are the basic sketching tools in the FreeCAD. See, create line, polylines. This is where you can select the workbench. As again, there are a couple of workbenches such as the assembly, draft, cam, and part design. And these specific tools are the constraint tools, because constraints, just like I explained before, hold an unparalleled significance when it comes to 2D sketches. So in the next video we're going to use this constraint to draw a fully constrained 2D sketch. And now I'm going to show you a FreeCAD's default project for assemblies. As you can probably guess, this is a excavator arm. You can see the bucket here and the hydraulic actuators, linkages, as well as the boom part that connects the main body. You can use that cube to shift between the view angles. On the top you can see that is the assembled excavator arm, and at the bottom you can see the assembly parts of the excavator. So in a general sense, an assembly is pretty much like where you have put all the parts together to create this end product. You can clearly see the linkages, the hydraulic actuators, and other parts that are ripped apart, like the dissolvent of the excavator arm. In the model view you can see the CAD, the file, the assembly files for each part of the excavator arm. You can see as I click on each part, the corresponding part, such as the boom, stick, and the other hydraulics, are highlighted in real time of the excavator arm. So we have come to the end of our first video session in the tutorial series for FreeCAD, and today we discussed about the introduction for FreeCAD and how you could install it on your device, and a little tour of the software where we learn how to navigate through the software, like where you can find the basic sketching tools, the sketching planes, and how to select a specific plane to work on to draw a sketch, as well as the workbenches and what is a Ansible project. So in the next video, we're going to be covering the topics such as the understanding of the workbenches and the basic sketchings, especially their core concepts such as the X, Y, and Z coordinate system of the software, and the main workbenches where we can locate them, and also the constraints, the basic introduction to the constraints and how to sketch using the constraint in the proper way. So subscribe to our XIVIX University channel. Also turn on the notification bell so you will be notified as soon as we drop our next video session.